Today you're going to move on to the second step of your artwork. So far you should have already found some characters or objects by looking at the shapes and the lines in the map. You should have written them with Expo marker onto the map inside of the clear file folder or piece of paper on top. Then we taped the tracing paper and we traced our objects with pencil. You should have also finished writing your story. So the first thing we're going to do is very carefully, we're going to take off the tracing paper. It's okay to accidentally rip the tape a little, but be very careful. And then just kind of fold it on the edges. That way you don't rip it off of the paper. So you're only taking the tape off of the plastic paper. And now you're going to take this out of its covering. You don't want to erase it, just keep it just the way it is. And then I'm going to get a piece of mat board. So this is a thick piece of cardboard type paper. What you're going to do is you're going to put your plus sign signature on the back. So your name, your teacher's name, your color group, and your grade number. Then you're going to line the map up with your paper. Okay, so that means I'm going to kind of line it up. Maybe I'm stacking it like this so it's nice and flat, just so I can see how it fits. Then you're going to get a glue stick. After you flip it over, make sure you get a glue stick that works well. And you're going to put glue on the edges of the map very carefully. Also maybe do a few lines in the middle, but you don't need to cover the whole page. Then I'll flip it over and try the very best I can to line it up with the edge of the map board. So you're looking to get it to fit. If it's a little bit off, that is okay. Just do the very best you can. Once this is glued down, then we're ready to go back in and find our shapes again. Okay, so you do kind of have this as a guide, so you can kind of line it back up, and then I will come around and we can kind of retape this just on one side so you can use it as something to look at. So we're not tracing again, but if I tape this down when it's lined up, then when I go to draw again with pencil, it will help me. So, pull it tight. Okay, think about where your lines are. I'm going to start with the easiest one, which is the water here. So I literally just went along this line. Okay, we're doing it in pencil first, but we're going to go back in Sharpie in a moment. Okay, level it back down, figure out how I found that face. And then, oh, there's the nose, there's the mouth, and then I created the back of the head, and some hair for lines, and an eyeball. Okay, do the best you can. Your drawing that you're doing now does not have to look exactly the same. You're just doing the best you can, and you can always erase if you draw light enough. So it's kind of hard to see some of my drawings, and that is because I want to make sure I can go back and erase if I need to. Okay, so figure out where it goes. I know that I used this green area for his mouth. Okay, remember some of the lines you made were something called implied lines. That means you kind of made them up. And that's okay. You were getting inspired by the lines or shapes we saw on the maps to then create your own pictures. So it is okay if on some of them you're not exactly on the line. His eyeball. Okay, so I'm just going to keep on doing this. I notice here I used the river for his top of his mouth. This line was implied, meaning it really wasn't there. Okay, and then this is my little guitar, the little river, little pond. And then I used this here, these fins. Then my pizza. Good for my pizza lines. Remember, if it's not perfect, that is okay. You can always erase, or you can just see your mistakes as happy accidents to make something new. So maybe, since I messed up a little, I make a little crust part underneath the pizza. Okay, once you're happy with your drawing, then you're going to go in with Sharpies to outline. You want to make sure you use the colors you need. So my shark's going to be blue, so I'm going to do the best I can to go in and outline those pencil lines. I want my other shark to be green, or a light blue. My person, he's going to be a purple person. Why not? Because remember, this is an imaginative story. You can use imaginative colors too. And then my pizza, I want to look more real or realistic. So I'm going to use some warm colors on my pizza. My pepperonis are going to be red. My crust is going to be orange. I also have black and brown. If you can't find those Sharpies, just let me know. And the cheese is going to be yellow, of course. You do the best you can when you're coloring with your Sharpies. Make it look nice and neat. Take your time. And stay in those lines the best you can. Okay, so once you've finished up to this part, then you're done for the day, and you can go ahead and grab your paper that has your stamps on it from last week, the painted stamps and the circle stampers, and kind of circle the ones that are your favorite. So for example, if there's one I really like that I think will go well with my story, I can go in and circle my favorite ones. Okay, and you can do this with pencil.